Hello and welcome to the Season 8 premiere of Syracuse Unpeeled. I'm your host, Paul Mancano, filling in for Alex O'Toole, who is filling in for Jimmy Kimmel. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll give you all the news that's not fit to print, all the jokes your dad would be proud of, and enough celeb gossip to take up enough brain space you should be using to remember your anniversary. Joining me tonight are Taryn Verricchio, Nick Grew, and Sean Onwallo. We'll be talking everything from Oscar nominations to the possibility of Chuck's closing. And later I'll be sitting down with student producer and world traveler Kelsey Davis. Guys, let's start out with the elephant in the room. That would be Chuck's closing. Rumors have been spreading that Chuck's could be closing. A developer from New Jersey plans to take over the strip of Marshall Street that houses Chuck's, as well as Funkin' Waffles and appetizing, but mostly Chuck's. Students have been protesting outside the bar to show their despair. Taryn, how do you feel about the possibility that Chuck's could be gone?
This is a highly sensitive topic for me. If I had to be honest, you guys don't understand, but being a senior, I can't see myself ordering a rum and Coke anywhere else. I have a loyalty to Chuck's, and I honestly don't think it would taste any worse anywhere else. So
Yeah,
I can't imagine there not being a Chuck's, but at the same time, I don't feel like I need to worry about that. They're only proposing a plan. You guys might have to worry because you're sophomores.
Yeah, you guys are a couple years away. I mean, how do you feel?
Realistically, say goodbye now.
I've never gone there, so
Clearly.
I can't really.
It's crazy. You don't even know what's inside.
Yeah, I can't really be like, oh, save Chuck's, I miss it so much because I've never been there. I hear
don't know
good things,
about
so I hope
yeah,
they
you
don't
don't
go
know
through
about,
with it.
oh my God,
You guys don't know about
the.
the.
We can't tell you.
We can't
It
divulge.
just
Sorry.
seems like a senior year benchmark, so I'll be
Yeah.
upset if it goes and I just don't get to experience it.
It's like a rite of
Yeah.
passage,
Yeah.
going to Chuck's your senior year, and if they take that away, it's like, what am I going to do senior
Might as well
year?
drop out.
I guess,
Exactly.
yeah.
Pretty
We're
much,
just going to
yeah.
enjoy it while we can.
Might as well graduate early.
Yeah, might
So
as well.
the Golden Globes took place a couple weeks ago, kicking off the award season. La La Land swept the room, winning all 7 of the awards for which it was nominated. And Casey Affleck took home the GG for Manchester by the Sea. And in his acceptance speech, he failed to thank his brother, SMH, guys. Nick, what was your favorite Golden Globes moment?
Oh, honestly, big Manchester by the Sea fan. Saw it with my mom over Christmas break, and it just blew me away. It had everything. There's an Affleck, there's pain and suffering, there's comedy. It's just
But there
blew
was
me
no
away.
Ben. There was
Yeah,
no
I mean,
Ben.
what?
Affleck.
You know what?
And
This-
Affleck is
This
not
was
good enough
Casey's
to me.
time to shine,
What would
and I'm
Casey
proud
be
of him.
without Ben, though?
I'm proud of him. No,
I didn't even know there
he
was
could
a
be
Ben.
good
He
by
can show that
himself.
he is
The
not
world
the,
didn't know.
he is not the second Affleck. He is his
All I'm
own
saying,
Affleck.
if you've seen, he's just not that into you. Ben Affleck, man.
I mean, why can't the man, build his own legacy?
Alright.
And if we're talking about Golden Globes moments, was it Donald Glover who gave a shout out
Yeah.
to Bad and Bougie?
yeah.
Easily my favorite moment of the Golden Globes. He didn't. It was just like, not for being on my show, just because you made a great song.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout
But
out.
the Golden Globes always, I feel like, has the best moments. They get a little
Yeah.
bit tipsier than they usually do at the Oscars. That leads to some great times. All right, so Golden Globes happened. Upcoming, the Oscar nominations, they were revealed. La La Land got a record 14. That tied the record with Titanic and All About Eve. That's a little bit of a throwback there. Titanic, not sure they deserve 14 Oscar nominations. But anyway, La La Land.
That was a bold statement.
It's,
Let's focus on
I'm
La
going
La
on the
Land.
record and say that.
Let's keep it before.
So what do you guys think? La La Land, 14 nominations. Do you think it's deserving at that point?
I've never seen it, but I hear so many wonderful things in it. Emma Stone's in it. I love Emma Stone. She's my wife. I'd like to see
Guys,
it.
when
You
you
know,
guys get,
there's
you didn't
just-
invite us to the wedding?
it was very low key.
Was it?
Yeah,
same with
yeah,
Ryan Gosling
yeah.
and I.
Exactly.
weird.
But
It's
I
awkward.
hear great things. Hacksaw Ridge was another movie that was shown a lot of
Apparently a
love.
great one. Yep.
Also haven't seen that one. I have a long list
You
of
got to
movies
get out to the
watch.
movies,
yeah.
Sean. Come on.
You need
But-
to get out, Sean.
Yeah, that's my take.
You need
yeah.
to go to Chuck's, Sean.
You need to go to Chuck's? Oh, too soon. All right, after the break, we'll be chatting about Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds. Stay tuned on Peelers.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Oh, no. Oh, look at the rain. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow.
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones
Don't even.
and explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Welcome back to Syracuse Unpeeled. An Australian man recently got a speeding ticket for driving 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. That's not the most important part of the story, though. Seems pretty normal, but this case was not. He claimed that he was going over the speed limit because, quote, the wind was pushing him. Guys, what is the craziest thing that you've said to get out of a ticket?
I've luckily never been pulled over or given a ticket. Knock on wood. Don't know if this is wood, but I love that excuse because it's like so sensible. Because like if I was the cop, I'd be like, you know what, like that's 100% believable.
You can't prove it
Yeah,
either way.
take that to court. I bet the judge would be like,
It was a windy day. Start checking the weather records.
I wish I was that smooth. I'd probably just freeze and just like, I'd end up getting a worse ticket than the police officer is going to give me.
That's
hard.
That's not what you should be doing. That
only Nick
Usually
Crusoe.
usually they want to give you that.
Yeah.
But I'd probably cry.
Yeah, no,
Gotta be
that's hey,
Under pressure.
Easy way out.
Pulled
that's
over.
how you get out of it.
I wouldn't be quick enough for the wind. The
No.
wind comment.
Yeah, no.
So I didn't
I mean,
see
they're
that crowd.
Australians, so.
Yeah, they're all you're right. They're smarter. They got it all.
Is that how that works? All right, guys. Bringing old classics back seems to be an ongoing theme. MTV is going back to its roots by bringing back My Super Sweet 16. The fan favorite does not yet have a set return date, but MTV has announced that it is seeking out participants for the new season. Taryn, do you know any candidates for the new reboot?
Honestly, can we sign me up? Because since I was 15, I wanted a Sweet 16 like P. Diddy's son. I don't know who saw that episode.
Oh, it's a great episode.
Who said Lil Wayne's daughter was on it? These crazy,
Sean, I think.
crazy celebs throwing these parties, but not even just celebrities. If you've seen like the normal people and the time they have Chris Brown showing up to these things, Rihanna walking down the runway, like sign me up. I would do it.
There's a problem though. I think you're a little over the age limit.
The age limit, yeah, you're right. We can work around it. I feel like they started branching out a little bit with quinceañeras at one point.
Yeah.
So.
It's my sweet, 20s or whatever.
Yeah, 22,
you know, just-
No, the show
Why
needs to
not?
go.
Yeah.
It sets
needs
a
to go.
this show.
Needs to go?
Yes.
Wow.
This
Whoa.
show
Hot
sets
take.
a horrible precedent where already spoiled teenagers think they get to have the best, most expensive party of their lives and ruin their parents' wallets.
Okay, Dad, but
I'm
like
just saying. I'm just saying.
Killjoy over here.
goals,
really.
aspirations.
It looks like someone
don't-
never
don't
turned
crush our
16 over
dreams.
here. Wow.
Jesus.
Just-
I think the
I'm a little
solution
salty
there.
because I didn't have one.
All right,
Yeah, I think that's
reasonable.
salty.
Reasonable.
I think
But
the
it is.
solution is just make it My Super Sweet 23, and then Taryn, you can get on.
There we go.
And then invite
End the
all of
season.
us. Season.
Yeah, there you go. And of course, we have to pay tribute to mother and daughter. Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher unfortunately passed away back in December, both of them happening within several days of each other. Carrie Fisher underwent a heart attack on a plane, and she passed away a few days later, and then a few days after that, her mother passed as well. Guys, we have to say goodbye to two great legends in Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds.
It's horrible. Honestly, it's real. They're just two iconic people, like Star Wars, and then I know Carrie Fisher or Debbie Reynolds had a pretty long background of things that she's been in. I've only seen her in Halloween Town, which I feel like is too bad.
That's
because I'm
how
sure she's done.
our generation
but, like,
was
that's how our
introduced to her.
generation
Not what
knows
she's
her,
known
but
for,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's tragic, honestly. Just it's always like it's coming eventually because people die, but like it's always sad to see legends just pass away and whatnot, and it makes it a little more sad because it's like one died of like a broken heart, as people like to say. So it's tragic.
The tragic thing, I think, well, and also it'll be interesting to see because they used Carrie Fisher digitally recreated in the new Star Wars Rogue One. It'll be interesting to see if they want to do that for. They got 2 more Star Wars movies to make after this. If they want to do that for her as well, just keep her legacy going.
Yeah.
Should be interesting. Well, after the break, Sean gives us his point of view on Sorority Rush. You won't want to miss it.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. Since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving,
Welcome back, Unpeelers. This week, Sean couldn't partake in sorority rush activities, unfortunately. Sorry to hear about that. So he decided to rush on his own. Let's take a look.
Hey there, Unpeelers. New year, new season, but not a new year. It's me, Sean Ball. New spring semester, and you know what that means? Spring sorority rush. And with that, it's time to rush. You know how it is. The second week of classes, I already got so much work. It's like I'm in a rush to just finish all this work, Well, week 2, 14 more to go. No time to eat. Rushing from classes. You gotta eat everything. Rush when you eat, rush when you get back. Oh my God. No classes, rushing to classes. Gotta leave the library after you do your work. Gotta go to classes. I'm already late.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, sorry, I'm in a rush. No time for friendship. When you're ready. Even though we're in a rush, we still gotta make time for the workout. We gotta do that rush workout, gotta get the body ready for summer. At the end of a long day, the only thing you need to do is rush to sleep. Well there, Unpeelers. At the end of a long day, and although spring semesters just started, the rush process begins. I'm Sean Onwale. Good night, Unpeelers.
Great stuff, Sean. Great stuff. I gotta ask you though about that meal. Doritos and Gatorade. That's breakfast of champions right there.
I mean, to be honest with you, the Cool Ranch and the blue Gatorade, it did taste a little weird, but I'd probably do it again, honestly.
Good. I mean, you were great at it.
Just chew and wash it down. That's what I did.
That's rushing with everything. Great stuff, Sean. Next up, we'll be sitting down with the brilliant Kelsey Davis, so stay tuned on Peelers.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time.
The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back, Unpeelers. I'm Paul Mancano, and today I have the pleasure of sitting down with Kelsey Davis, who is the founder, CEO, all that good stuff of The Collective, a very creative content website. First off, gotta ask, you're from Atlanta.
I am.
You have your own, that city has its own TV show now. How do you feel about it?
Oh my gosh, it's like the best thing that ever happened to Atlanta. It's great because actually growing up, listened to Childish Gambino or Donald Glover, seeing him writing on 30 Rock.
Yeah.
It's just been incredible to see him now give something back to the city that's so amazing and also so successful. Right now, you saw him at the Golden Globes. Migos also from Atlanta got that great shout out. And so it's a great time for Atlanta. We're also in the Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
So
everything's coming up Atlanta.
It's a great time for us right now.
Awesome.
Great.
All right, so let's talk about The Collective. First off, how did this start? You started this at such a young age. What kind of got you into this, and how did it become what it is today?
Yeah, so this actually started in the basement of BBB, like most great things do. But yeah, it was me, two of my friends, Cole Smith and Kenny Buckner, and we really just wanted to figure out how we can do what we love and what we want to do as a career now. A lot of times we hear professors talking about, okay, do X, Y, and Z, you know, internship, things like that, but it's like, we're here, we're around like-minded people, we should be able to start that process now. And so we just sat down, brainstormed, and figured out what we wanted to do. Obviously didn't start as what it is now, but just through different ideas, through trials, errors, it became what it is today.
And something that's, I think, is so great about The Collective, and something that I think you guys pride yourself in, is it's so many different people with so many different talents.
Right.
What's it like having all those talented, multi-talented people all together?
I think more than anything, it's inspiring. It's more, I don't know, it's great being around, like I said, like-minded people and people that just have these brilliant ideas. It's like, okay, well, I'm good at this, you know, I'm good at video production, I'm good at, you know, working with a client, branding strategy, but, you know, somebody else is great at animation and somebody else is great at photography, and it's just really cool seeing how, you know, we're people of yes ands, especially when working with clients, like, okay, yeah, like, let's do this, but then somebody else may bring something great to the table. And so I think it's motivating, it's inspiring being around like-minded people.
Speaking of talents, you have many talents. What would you consider your favorite or best talent that you bring to the table?
I think one, just ideas. I think the team is great and they bring great content, but I would say ideas, and I love video production. Video production, I've been doing it for around 4 years now, and it's great being able to drive down the street and see something and be inspired and be able to see that full fruition of that project. And actually being able to watch it on a screen, which is really awesome. And
not only do you run the website, but you're also a student on the side.
I am.
At major in Newhouse. How do you balance both being a student and running this enormous project?
Sometimes you don't, and I think that's just being honest and genuine. Sometimes you don't, but fortunately I have mentors and friends and people whom really hold me down through everything. If it were up to me, I would probably maybe not be in school right now. I would maybe, I don't know.
Would be a
but
nice option to have.
My friends really keep me grounded. Today, for example, like we have an event that we're hosting on Friday. I have a project to a client that's worth almost as much money as I'm paying to be here right now. And I started on it today, but we won't tell them. And then also I'm in class, right? And so a lot of times it's hard to juggle. And I'll have a friend that's like, yo, like, let me relieve this. I'll do this for you, whatever. And likewise. So sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have to figure out, okay, today, I was just talking to my friend about this. Today, this is going to be the priority today.
Right.
Like today, I need to focus on this. I have an exam tomorrow. I need to shut down everything else and focus on that exam.
Right.
And so really, it's my friends and my mentors that really keep me accountable.
Gotcha. And you guys have had some pretty incredible clients. Who would you consider some of the biggest and best that you've worked with?
So I always give Coke like the big title.
That's kind of a big one.
Yeah, we worked with Coke Music, which is really cool actually.
Oh, awesome.
So I don't know if there's this new artist named Black who is coming out of Atlanta recently. So Love Renaissance is the team, like the label that he works with. They're signed to Columbia, and I grew up with Rory and Black and that whole team in Atlanta. And so when they saw me, their director of media, who used to just be their like camera guy who would follow them around, we actually went to high school together. And so when he saw me go to Syracuse my freshman year, he saw everything that I started to do. We started working on the collective. When I came back, he has a festival called Roarfest, where he hosts Roarfest in Atlanta, and they needed a videographer. And so he called me and I was like, yeah, sure, like, I'd love to do that. And it was free, like it was just like a little gig, whatever. And then a week before Roarfest, they got sponsored by Coca-Cola, and Coke picked up that project. And
no big deal.
Yeah, I was literally at the gym and I was like, what? Okay, yeah. So I went and met with him. We sat down with like a Coca-Cola exec, and he was just like, all right, this is what we need. And I'm like, all right, I got you.
That's pretty incredible.
So that was great. Coke Music, the YMCA, Sky Zone. We did a project with Vans.
Wow.
So
that's incredible. So the company is The Collective. Where can we find you online?
You can find us at www.thecollective.com, and it's spelled CLLCTVE.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or at The Collective on all social media sites.
Awesome, great. So that's where you can find them online. Coming up after the break, we're going to be playing a fun game while we have Kelsey here. Stick around on Peelers.
Maybe he's really focused.
Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back on Peelers. I'm Paul Mancano, joined by Kelsey Davis. Kelsey, we're going to be playing a riveting game called Word Sneak. So here are the rules. Basically, I, the host, and the guest, Kelsey, have a pile of long and rarely used words in front of us. We have to incorporate them in casual conversation. The trick, though, is that the other person has to try and guess what the word is on the card. So tactical players will try to be very sly and casual when they sneak their words in. You ready to play?
I am.
All right, I'll start us off. Okay. I found your some of the content on your website really fascinating. Some of the stuff I wish maybe Syracuse were near a desert so you could film some incredible picturesque desert type scenes with salamanders and iguanas and all that good stuff out there.
Salamanders. Yes.
You got it? You got it?
Cool.
All right, unofficial score count, 1-0.
You know, it's really cool actually working with Collective. You know, we work with all types of people, all types of clients. You know, you'll get anything from, you know, young millennials who are, you know, transcending in their field to older guys who are bald or have interesting haircuts or mullets or just crazy things. Or you can even get, you know, a baby that's just crying like a Gerber baby or something. I don't know. It's really interesting, the clients that we get, but it's great.
There were like 3 in there that I want to use. Gerber?
It was not, man, mullet.
It was mullet!
Mullet.
Oh, man.
Mullet.
I thought it was going to be transcendent at first. All right. So we're still 1-0. Here we go. You know, for this show, it's kind of like a shame. I wish that they showed us like our full, you know, we could be. I got some awesome red pants that they never get to show.
I have these incredible shoes on right
Wait,
here.
let me. Oh, those are incredible.
Thank you.
I wish that for these they showed us like our full bodies so that we could be, you know, because I got like a studded belt, and like if I had a fanny pack or something, or if I had, you know, some kind of, you know, pleated pants, something going on there.
Wow. I want to say pleated just because I've never heard that in the past like 5 years. Is it pleated?
It's fanny pack.
Darn.
I'll take it. I'll
fanny
take
pack.
it.
Okay, cool.
Still 1-0. All right, here we go.
You know, a great part of Atlanta.
Tell me.
You know, it's just great food, right? Great food. You know, you can get the southern food. You know, there's this really cool place called Gladys Knights, right? Where you can get, you know, your chicken and waffles, they have great chicken nuggets. You know, it's really good. They have a sweet tea that's like half tea, half lemonade, but it's not an Arnold Palmer. I don't know what else they put into it.
Okay.
But it's just great. You know, great part of Atlanta.
Nuggets?
Chicken nuggets. Great job. You did. Great job.
Between that and Arnold Palmer, I don't know how I got. All right, so 1-1. It's all tied up. We got like 50 more here. So. Great. All right, here we go. All right, kidding. You know, there are so many great trends that are happening. Like, you know, Facebook Live is big now. One that I wish was still around that is not, Pokemon Go. I mean, you had. Like that was, I think, really something that took off because you could play as just about anybody and catch, you know, you could catch a Charmar and a Pikachu and all kinds of interesting creatures.
Facebook Live?
Pikachu.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was hoping it just had nothing to do with Pokemon. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you didn't guess Charmar because that sounds like
I didn't know
a Pokemon.
I didn't know how to say it.
I didn't know either.
Okay.
I guarantee that's how you say it.
It's cool.
All right. So still 1-1. Last one.
It's 1-2.
1-2.
Wait, no, 1-1.
1-1. Yeah.
1-1.
There we go. Okay.
Sorry,
So if I get this, I win.
Let's just.
This is for all the marbles. If I get this, I win. If you stump me, you win.
Oh man.
All right. Here we go.
So I got to figure out how to. All right, cool. Donald Trump. Let's just Donald Trump. You know, it's crazy. Now I'm wondering how foreign relations will be, right? You know, a lot of people, you know, other than Russia, of course, are looking at Donald Trump like, well, you know, what are we going to do now? You know, you have, you know, people in London that are looking at us like, you know, you thought Brexit was bad, but now you have Donald Trump,
Brexit?
you know. No. I didn't get to
You didn't even get to it?
I didn't get to the meat. I was going to then go to Scotland and say something about their plaid and bagpipes.
Oh, bagpipes.
And bagpipes.
That was such a long setup.
It was.
I thought it had to have been done in
I
there.
tried to make it so great.
No, you take home the victory.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
This was.
Apologize, bro.
Well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show, and congratulations on your victory. That's all we have for Syracuse Unpeeled. I'm Paul Mancano. She's Kelsey Davis. Thanks for everybody who came on the show this week, and join us next week.